The Syrian National Army is preparing to roll up the PKK YPG terrorist group in northern Syria. After the fall of the Assad regime, the SNA swiftly liberated several cities along the Euphrates River, pushing PKK YPG terrorists out of these areas. But after attempts made by the terrorists to join the National Army, the interim government made its demands clear. PKK YPG terror leaders should leave the country, and rank-and-file terrorists should lay down their arms. That's why things are now heating up.
Some of the villages that you can see behind me, just about 2 kilometers inland, are controlled by the PKK YPG terror groups. The SNA has been making preparations. There are pockets of conflict going on here. This is where the SNA troops have gathered some of their soldiers, and they're waiting for an extended operation into this area to be able to clear some of the PKK YPG terror groups. There is an extensive tunnel network, so that is something that they have to deal with. Also frequent drone strikes, but just after the drone strike that you just watched, we've been seeing the Bayraktar drone flying across the region, surveying and seeing if there are any other threats as well.
The National Army says it has taken control of most of the strategic locations along the Euphrates River. It says it is now shifting its focus and most of its resources to a strategic location.
The house we are outside here is in the vicinity of the Tishrin Dam. They've taken control of areas up to 2 kilometers outside the dam. We have set up our military locations on these hills to the south. They've amassed soldiers in the Masakin, Kashli and the villages downward. These are all tunnels. These tunnels connect these northern and southern hills. They've also set up on hills to the east of the dam.
The Tishrin Dam is the only way to cross the Euphrates River, a vital bridge if or when the National Army decides to push forward into Ain al-Arab. It's also the country's second largest hydroelectric power plant. The dam would provide about a quarter of all of Syria's electricity needs. UNICEF officials visited to survey the infrastructure of this vital energy and water source.
There is no electricity in the area, even though we are very close to the Tishrin Dam. There is no water either. What civilians need now is to stop the attacks and bombing. About 8 to 10 people lost their lives in this area, as far as I know. The number might be higher. Some of them were from the same family. There is still a body of a killed civilian on one of the roads in the neighboring village, but we could not retrieve the body because the road is very close to the front line.
Those who haven't fled due to the lack of vital resources face daily bombardment.
There are no SNA soldiers here at all. The YPG are the ones targeting the area and civilians with rockets. There are no soldiers here, and the rockets fired by the YPG recently killed a father and son.
There are numerous factors at play to decide the fate of the war in northern Syria. The compliancy of the US-backed PKK YPG, the stern stance of both Turkey and Syria's interim government on not accepting any terrorist elements in the region, as well as what President-elect Donald Trump has to say when he takes the Oval Office on January 20th. Yunus Demiroglu, TRT World, Manbij, Syria.